Hey guys, it's me again, Orcslayer. What if so we last left off? Let's see. Checking. Where I last left off, well, let's do a recap. Deku essentially, I started with how Deku was accepted into the chapter, and how he was introduced to the neophytes and such. I then moved on from that to tell you guys how Inko, Hizashi, and all of them were doing. And then for the final part, I went to when Deku was like 14 or 15, around that age, and he went with Sergeant Nevron to check out a disturbance where they by their psychers have told them that a warp portal had opened up on the planet. So they made their way over there with Deku leading the Scout Marines, and Deku's armor at this time is a spear with a bolter, and he has modified Scout Marine armor that covers more of him, since he's much bigger. And now to continue off where I left off, which is when they found an Inquisitor with some Death Watch Marines, as Deku had to retreat back into the forest, knowing how they may view him, the Inquisitor. Deku retreated into the forest while Nevron and the rest of the Space Marines led the Inquisitor and his group to the rest of the lamenters. As Nevron radios ahead, quietly saying, yeah, we got an Inquisitor with several Death Watch Marines, how do we proceed? As the captain's like, proceed with caution, they may be demons. It's like, no, not from what we can tell. They had the official Inquisitor badge and everything. He's like, alright then. We'll have armed guards around the perimeter and get the civilians away from the Inquisitor. Is that understood? Yes sir. It won't be a problem. So I sent Deku further into the forest. He's like, you did? Why? I didn't know how the Inquisitor would react to seeing a Space Marine with wings. So I sent him away for the time being. Told him that he's on a mission to secure the outer perimeters to provide a safer area, so that way creatures don't just pop up on us unexpectedly. He's like, what did they say? He said, I told them that this place has been known to be very dangerous as well. It's like, it is. He's like, yep. So Deku right now is clearing out an area. He's already radioed in to me. And the rest of us. He's radioed in, so we know he's safe. Apparently he killed an entire pack of those, some sort of bird-dog hybrid thing. And that's about all we know when it comes to that. So, hopefully Deku will be fine. He's like, I'm pretty sure he will, Nevron. He's had your training, my training, and even Agron's training. So, I know the kid will be alright. Just ensure those Inquisitors don't find out about anything. He's like, I intend they don't, sir. As we, skip over to Deku earlier, as he, killed the first one, which was the Alpha, he then quickly moved on to the rest, as he just used his spear, as he pretty much cleaved through them. As it's more it's a spear that's sort of curved a little bit, so that way it can provide slashing motions. As Deku then began to set up a nice little perimeter to his thing, as he set up wooden fences and such. Nothing too dangerous. As then after that he radioed in, he's like, so what's gonna happen now? As he'll just have to wait for further instructions. As not a day or so after that, as the Captain, Agron, and the Librarian and such are all there to meet with the Inquisitor. As the Captain doesn't know about this, so he has a large, almost around 50 of the Lamenters there, wait and see. Alright, let's see if they make a move. As their bolters are at the ready, are ready to be brought up instantly. As the Inquisitor asks, why are you surrounding us? This does not make quite a lot of sense, Captain. As Captain stating that we just want to be on the safe side, We don't know where we are, and out of nowhere, Inquisitor and Death Watch Marines just show up out of nowhere. For all we know, you could be Chaos Cultists. Sorry, in disguise. It's all about being safe for my men and for the civilians that we protect. It's like, oh, civilians. He's like, yes. Now, if I ask, who are you and why are you here? He's like, well, as I told your sergeant, I'm sorry, I forgot the voice I did for the Inquisitor. I can't remember how I said it. So, as he goes on to explain that he and his forces were busy fighting, as he stated, a chaos incursion. While he and the Death Watch Marines were there specifically to try and deal with earlier problem related with gene stealers. But then Chaos Worshippers came out of nowhere. So it's quite the tale. That one that I'm afraid I will not bore you to details with. It's like, by all means, we have all day, Inquisitor. This is like, very well, Captain. As he explains their wacky tale, as they were sent there on a suspicion that Gene Stealer cult had appeared. Following that, they quickly made their way to the planet, and they had Death Watch Marines in the area that came later on, as after they had proved that there was a Gene Stealer infestation, or a Gene Stealer cult. Moving along, they explained how Chaos just burst out of nowhere after he and the Death Watch Marines helped the governor of the planet massacre the Gene Stealer cultists to every single last one. Unfortunately, to his ignorance, the governor had fallen to chaos and was using the blood from the Gene Stealer cult to fuel a ritual that unleashed a wave of chaos energy all over the planet. Soon everyone started being converted. Sanctioned psychers, children, mothers, fathers, everybody who didn't have a strong enough will to resist them. Very few places remained untainted. Oh, not untainted, I would say. Secure. So, how many Gene Stealers were there? Thousands. We were able to corner them off into what they called the Waste. They had fled there, and they had taken up shelter and in some abandoned ruins. Nothing too important. Following these events, we had to fight our way through the governor's men, as they had surrounded us, for as we thought we were their allies. We lost 2 Marines in that escape attempt. It's like, 2? Sorry to hear that. As the Death Watch Marine said, they took an oath, and they kept it. We shall remember them. Like, very well. Well, I see you have done quite a lot to get here, Inquisitor. We will offer you safety and shelter for as long as we can, or until your help arrives to get us off this planet. I assume you, of course, were extending the getting off this planet to everyone here. It's like, yes. And I am one curious as well. This is what a Space Marine Sergeant, or one of the Death Watch members say. I heard about that one you sent out to be in by himself. You sure it's safe? I know this might be... I do not expect you to be this rude, but you said yourself that there have been plenty of times when portals have opened up and some Chaos agents have come through. You quite sure it's safe to have a single Marine out there by himself? He's like, let me tell you something. As he sort of gets up, Izuku Midoriya is by far one of the best Space Marines I've ever met. I'll say this. If we had him during the Black Crusade upon... I forgot the name of the planet, sorry. Upon the planet, we wouldn't have lost as many as we did. In fact, I'm confident to say he would have been able to take out some demons. Maybe even a greater demon by himself. He's by far the greatest Space Marine I've ever met, personally. And one of the Death Watch Marines, I think you're overestimating him a little bit. He's like, maybe I am, but nothing changes the fact that I have complete and utter faith in him that he will do his best and never fall to the thralls of chaos. I could call him back if you want, as the Inquisitor says that will not be necessary, Sergeant. From what it sounds like, he is an integral part of keeping the security of your compound. I assume this is correct? He's like, that is correct. Deku, as I've said, is the strongest out of all of us. He could even fight Agros, or not Agros, Agron, to a standstill. As Agron, it's like Agron, as the Dreadnought says, me. Now, if this is all, we may have other business to attend to. Training drills to instruct, and among other things. It's like, very well, we will take our quarters on the ship, and we will leave you be until the time has come. It's like, thank you. Good day, Inquisitor. Good day, Captain of Lamenters. Yes, that's how that whole thing went. Following that, Deku is essentially just staying out there for like over a month by himself. Never really having to do anything. Like, he'll go out and like hunt and the like, but that's about it. The Deathwatch Marines are sort of on edge. You could say that they really haven't they haven't faced any combat in over a month. As the Inquisitor questions about something his Marines could do, pretty much Captain's just like, sorry, there's nothing really for them to do. My men have everything on lockdown. Thanks to the efforts of Izuku, we've been almost 100% safe. The only thing that comes around every now and then is what we call the Akrus. There we go. The Akrus. And they're more like a bear lizard hybrids, if you've ever seen one. It was like, I think I remember running into one some time ago. That's when I was just starting out, you could say. He's like, Well, aside from that, there isn't really much for them to do since, like I said, my Marines have everything on lockdown. He's like, could they then run training drills with your lamenters? Like, I could not see why not. Sure, why not? As they set off going to see what not set off, but they go out down like one of the Deathwatch Marines. And if you don't know, Deathwatch is essentially like this. They're requested by the Inquisition. I believe specifically they're typically associated with the Ordo Xenos, which pretty much they just kill aliens. I've already said this, I'm pretty sure. Sorry if I'm repeating myself. But they essentially are like cobbled together from different chapters. In the sense, like, for instance, one squad may contain like up to 5 different people from different chapters. They could have a Blood Angel, Space Wolves, Ultramarines. They could even have something like, for instance, what were they called again? Even someone from the Lamenters, even. They're like a very wide range of people, you could say, or Space Marines. And for instance, they really haven't been told what these Space Marines are made from, like which chapters they come from, so you know that's their situation. Not having been told like which ones these come from, since if I remember, they take a note to never tell anybody inside their home chapter like what they did. So with that, they get to work training with some of these neophytes and such. As some of them like feel right at home. Like for instance, this one is shouting out commands really quickly and effectively, as he pretty much wins every single time. It's like capture the flag and whatnot. VIP. Nothing too dangerous. And like I said, it's been a month. So there has been a few warp occurrences that have gone on, as the Inquisitor was present for one of these, as they were like notified about it. And so what happens is like, oh, me and my Deathwatch Marines will go and head on out and see what it is. As they say, it's not necessary. Izuku can take care of this, as they radio in. As Deku answers, he's like, yes, Captain. It's like, well, there's been a warp portal that has opened up close to you. Should have no trouble getting to it. I know you can handle yourself, so check it out and see what it is. as Deku reports that, yes, Captain, as he heads out. Like I said, there's nothing too dangerous from what they know that comes out of the portals. So with that, Deku walks out and like flies over there essentially. As he lands, he's like, As he like lands over there, he radios in. It seems there's nothing wrong, Captain. Nothing I can see anyway. As he's like, I'm gonna take a closer approach. As they hear him cock his bolter as he puts his spear on his back. As he gets down lower, he's like, still nothing. He's like, this is strange, Captain. Typically, there's something that comes out of these, if I remember correct. He's like, that's right, Izuku. But every now and then we do get nothing. So, as Deku lands down, he's like, seems that there's nothing. As he's looking around, he's like, as he looks down and actually sees something, he reaches down and picks it up. He's like, what's this? As he's like, throws it away. Nope, get away. As he throws it away, as he's like, what is it, Midoriya? I would like you to put the base on high alert. As it's like, what is it, Midoriya? It's like, just found a chaos symbol here. He like he looks all around. He's like, it was undivided, it seems. As he's looking around, as they hear a thud and then a crash. Deku's like, as his radio cuts out, it's like, Midoriya! It's like, oh, fuck. Knew we shouldn't have let him go. As he, like, shouts out for, like, them to get some of their vehicles ready. Get rolling out there now! As immediately, like, two squads set out. As, like, he's like, two squads. Me and my Death Watch Marines will tag along. Well, the Death Watch Marines say that they will come along. As the Inquisitor knows he would not be nothing but a the Inquisitor wants to come, but the captain pretty much puts his foot down, saying he's staying here. As the Death Watch Marines load up with a couple of, with the other lamenters. As we cut to Deku, as he was just thrown, as he was hit and then grabbed and then thrown into like a tree. As when he looks up, he sees a demon. He can't tell if it's great or not, but from what he can guess is that it's a demon, not a demon. Well, I guess somewhat of a demon prince. It's someone who's been able to turn into a demon. Nothing like too great. It's not like it's gonna be on one of the Primarchs or something, or even a greater demon, but it's up there, like in mid tier, I would say. As Deku's like, he's like, who the hell are you? As it just like pretty much doesn't say anything, as it comes rushing at him with what you could describe as a hammer, as it smashes through the tree. As Deku's like, you aren't that talkative. As he uses his wings, as he flaps backwards into the air, starts firing down upon. As this chaos individual happens to be wearing, or what would be wearing, Terminator armor or something like that. As his shots are just pinging off its armor, he's like, oh, this is a bitch. As he flies down and just keeps on trying to stay out of reach, as it has a storm bolter. Take back what it said about being a demon. It's pretty much a Chaos Marine wearing Terminator armor, which is a tougher fight. As he's like running around just trying to empty out its ammo, as it's like just like blasting away with bolt rounds. Deku sees that actually after like 5 minutes or so of constant firing, or somewhere along those, like a minute or so later, runs out of ammo. As it's about to go reload, Deku rushes forward. As the Terminator goes to smash down, Deku takes his spear and pretty much slams down on the head of it, cutting it in half. Or almost cutting it in half. It's more or less that it sort of clashes with it as it's on the ground. The Terminator pretty much just gives like a little yell, you could say. As Deku sort of like goes like, back. As he moves forward, taking what you could call a knife and shoving it right down where the neck would be, as the Terminator is able to grab Deku's arm. As it starts to crush, it's not like a power fist, since, only 2 arms. Deku was able to like sort of slip through it before it was able to get like a nice tight grip. As he uses his wings and flaps backwards, of course it keeps on shouting at him in undistinguishable manner. Deku's like, all right. Well, come on, traitor. As the Chaos Worshipper is like, wait, why does he have wings? He's like, wait a second. Terminator armor with hammer. Someone with wings and a spear. This was a sword. This reminds me of a certain battle. As Deku pretty much rushes forward, as he's able to get under the armor, like in like between like a piece right there, like in the armpit area, as he's able to get somewhere along those lines. Deku then, as the Chaos Marine like tries to wipe at him, Deku jumps over and hits him in the back a few times. As a Marine has difficulty like turning around, since that is a weakness for Terminator armor, so that can't really be as effective with turning around. Deku then goes for one of the legs. It takes a lot to hurt Terminator armor. So Deku's just doing all he can, as he notices that he's chipping the armor like a little bit, and his blade seems to be holding strong. As then when he finally sees the chance, he has like grenades and such. Taking this opportunity, he pulls one of them and shoves it like in the helmet where the Terminator would be. As then it's a bang, as the Terminator's helmet is not wrecked, but kind of like has a bit of damage on it. Following this, Deku, presses the advantage. In the confusion, he takes the hammer, like as like the Space Marine like lost its grip for a second. As Deku ripped it out, takes it and smashes him in the back. As Deku can feel some of the chaotic energies coming from it, he's like, oh, gotta let this go in a little bit. Smashing the Terminator like in the back, and then it once again in the knee, causing the knee to sort of buckle as it goes to fall to one. He then pretty much swings upwardly, hitting the Terminator's helmet. As the helmet almost shatters. As he like rolls backwards, he's like, damn you, dog of the corpse emperor. As he stands back up, Deku's like, as he feels like the warp energies are like trying to seep in, he throws away the hammer. As it's like, what is a little bit of the warp scaring you so much, Angel? As Deku grabs his spear again, he's like, oh, well, I'm unarmed, coward. So come. As he gets his like fist somewhat ready to fight, Deku's like rushes forward. Sort of bobbing and weaving, he dodges to the right as he slices, getting in the Space Marine's face, kind of. It's like, is that all you got? Like jumping forward as he goes to grab Deku. As he's able to sort of kick Deku, as Deku goes like sliding backwards. Flying into the air as he reloads his bolter, he presses the attack, going like letting off like a bunch of fire. As when the Space Marines arrive, as like 2 vehicles open up, as before they arrive there, Deku's told that, we are here, Midoriya, but we got Death Watch Marines. Escape now while you can. As Deku says, I've injured him quite a lot. You should be able to take him from here. But careful, he's wearing Terminator armor. After he finished reloading, he sort of flaps back off. As he's like, where are you going, coward? Finish this fight! As he's looking off into the distance, as Deku like announces to like the company, he's like, he has severely wounded him. Well, not severely wounded him, but I have torn him asunder. Should be able to take care of him now. I will return to my post and await further orders. He's like, the Death Watch Marine's like, why isn't he there? He's like, as you heard, he's like, that is not an excuse to leave a Chaos Warrior unwatched. Deku says, who says I'm not watching him? I'm merely Disengaged. Oh, damn it. Why do I yawn? Disengaged in combat for the moment. All that means is that I no longer am fighting him. As the Chaos Marine goes to move, Deku lets off a couple of shots. Deku has, like, the gun aimed right at his head. It's like, you best hurry now. I only have a mag or two left of bolt fire. He may try to do something desperate and run into the woods. As the Marines show up pretty much right after that, and it's like, we are here, Midoriya, you are free to go. As the little transport vehicles do have weapons, so the weapons are pointed at the Terminator Marine. As his weapons are far from him, so he's like, damn you! As he doesn't want to surrender, but he knows that if he doesn't do something, these people are probably just going to kill him. As he then notices Death Watch Marines, of course, and Lamenters. Notice them too. Very well. Deciding it isn't worth it to give his life away and to try and take a gamble. As he gets down, like pretty much gets down on one knee. As Nevron shouts out, "What is your name, traitor?" As the Marine says, "My name? I have none. But to you can call me whatever you want." "Very well, traitor. Tell us, where do you come from or you die?" He's like, "Well, if you want the truth, I was part of a raiding party on one of your Imperial planets. When out of nowhere, one of the psychers we were with went batshit and tossed me into the warp. That is what happened. Now, either kill me or what? I don't have time to waste all day." As then, bang, straight in the forehead as like Marine's skull just pops. As Nevron's like, "What the? Who did that?" As the Death Watch Marine says, the influence of chaos is great. Through even mere words would be risk being tainted." As Nevron says, "That was not your call to make." "Very well. Well done, Deku. We'll count this as your kill since you've weakened him so far." As Deku radios in, "Thank you. Now, I have returned to my post and will await further instructions." As Nevron walks over to the Death Watch Marine, "You may get to call the shots with the Inquisitor at your side. It may determine some things. But on missions like these, you follow my orders. Understood?" As the Death Watch Sergeant, he's pretty much a sergeant, says, "I follow no one I do not take orders from a cursed." As then one of the other Death Watch members says, "Sergeant, we are here as their guest. Show the proper respect." As it says, "And you know your place." Well, whatever you would call him. As the Inquisitor hears this, it's like, "Sergeant, you know the way as I do that I do not like improper etiquette. Show it, or you show dishonor to the Death Watch as a whole." As he lowers his head, "Yes, Inquisitor." As he just walks away, as he apologizes, not meaning it, of course, as pretty much everyone's like, huh. So, following that, this is where I'm going to end it off. Sorry the video's short, but yeah. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Hope you guys continue to enjoy this. I hope you all have a nice day, nice night, nice life.